What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I am finally here. I have returned after 47 days, 15 hours, 32 minutes, and 19 seconds, or something like that. I am making my triumphant return to YouTube and videos and content creation. I know. Save the applause, guys. I know you've missed me, but I've just been missing it too much, and I have the creative juices flowing, and I have some good ideas. And Black Ops 6 is right around the corner, so of course I have to make videos, man. What are we doing? I've been stagnant, okay? I haven't been a real grinder, and that changes. Now, if you saw the title of this video, you're probably wondering yourself, what's this about? Well, it's going to be about Hellhounds in particular. We're going to discuss Plague Hounds briefly, and even the volcanic exploding Molotov cocktail dogs from Cold War that just turned into pits of fire. I'm basically just going to give you guys on the rundown of dogs, how they started, what they came from, the deep lore, and kind of what they do for those of you who don't really know anything about zombies. Hi, welcome. We play zombies here. And just kind of give you guys tips, tricks, little tidbits of lore, and the general basis of dogs. It's going to be stuff 95% of all zombie players know, but some may not. I'm also thinking about making this a little series where I do little lore dives into certain things in COD Zombies. Maybe you want to hear about the mystery box. How'd the mystery box get here? What is it? What purpose did it serve before? We know what purpose it serves now, but how did it come about? And kind of give you some tidbits of information, stuff like that. Just COD Zombies, maybe for dummies, if you would. I don't really know what I'm going to call it, but I think it would be a cool idea. Maybe you want to know something about the Panzer. Maybe you want to know about Brutus. Maybe you want to know about just the story. Guys, if you want to know about anything, let me know and I can make a video on it. How about that? Lastly, before we get into the video, I want to give two big shout outs. Number one, to Seismic. He's been a guy who's been watching the channel for a while, and it was kind of a little bit of his idea on this video, and I decided I was going to do it in honor of him. So shout out to him, Seismic. I hope you enjoyed the video. Another person I'd like to give a shout out to is fellow YouTuber Derpy. He's a great guy. Me and him did a zombies event together. A grief event, actually, over the year. It was pretty fun, and he's just a great guy who makes great videos. You guys should totally check him out. He kind of really gave me the main idea for this video. I was having trouble trying to figure out what to do, and he sparked a good idea in my brain. But enough yapping, enough waffling. You guys want to hear about Hellhounds, so I'm going to tell you about Hellhounds. Now, we don't really know the origin of Plague Hounds or the other Hellhounds from Cold War. I assume it's a lot similar to the normal Hellhounds that we get throughout the Black Ops series. But for the OG original Hellhounds, let me briefly fill you guys in on some of this lore. So, way back in the day, little O Samantha had a dog, and her dog was a girl. This is a key component to the story. Her dog, Fluffy, to be exact. Fluffy was the name of her dog, and it was a girl. Now, one day, Dr. Maxis gets Fluffy and uses her in an experiment with the teleporter, the mainframe, whatever he's doing. Never know what Maxis has got going on. But anyways, he uses Fluffy and kind of turns her into a Hellhound, basically. That's just what he does. I guess it fails, and he turns her into a Hellhound. R.I.P. Fluffy. Richtofen then decides to continue his plans, and he sends Dr. Maxis and Samantha and Fluffy through the Aether. Who knows where Maxis finds himself, and Samantha and Fluffy find themselves at Griffin Station. Now, I personally believe this is when Samantha gained control kind of over them in this aspect, and she was just basically seeking out revenge for what had happened, and, well, Richtofen was right there. She was going to go after Richtofen, because why would he send her to this place, and why would he do this to them? That's kind of the general backstory behind it. Now, as I said earlier, it's important to note that Fluffy was a girl, and you may be wondering, well, if that's the case, there was only one Hellhound. How come multiple spawn? So on and so forth. Well, guys, obviously Fluffy had puppies. All the other Hellhounds are puppies from Fluffy. So they are all in the same lineage, all from the family tree. So that basically sums up the lore for the main Hellhounds. Now, jumping back into Plague Hounds, they are a lot less complicated. Plague Hounds seem to just be Hellhounds, but they are kind of infused with some sort of Nova 6 biochemical agent, which causes their corpses to explode, kind of like how the crawlers do in Black Ops 1. And that's really all we know about them. We don't really know a whole lot else, or at least I couldn't find anything else. Now, as for the Hellhounds and the other side of Cold War that kind of just blow up and turn into fire, I think they're in the other Modern Warfare zombie games as well. I don't really guess they have much lore to them. I don't really guess they have too much lore to them. They're just a variant of the Hellhound and Plaguehound. Not much lore to it, but they are another variant, so we got to talk about them. Now, what do Hellhounds do exactly? Let me tell you. In most Call of Duty Zombies games, most zombie players refer to this specific round as a dog round. It is a round where Hellhounds just spawn and they just teleport into the map. They just teleport because they can do that. They just teleport and appear with a strike of lightning, and they're there. And they chase you. And then you kill them, and then they give you a max ammo. They're basically there just to give you a max ammo round to kind of keep you going in the game. And really, I think you could say the same about Plaguehounds. They're kind of just there to give you a max ammo and be a little bit of annoying. I'm just going to lump them all together now. They're just there to give you ammo and be a little bit annoying. In the later rounds, whenever you're training, they do seem to be a little bit faster than normal zombies, so they can kind of mess up your trains, give you a couple back shots while you're running, things of that nature. All in all, they're not too strong, and they're just kind of annoying. So we've talked about the origin, we talked about the different variants, and we kind of talked about what they do. There's a plague type, there's a fire type, and then there's just the normal exploding type, and now we know the lore. All in all, there's not much else to it. If I had to rank these Plaguehounds though, or these Hellhounds, my bad, if I had to rank them 1 through 3, number 3 I'm going Plaguehounds, number 2 I'm doing the exploding Hellhounds, and then number 1 I think I'm going to go with the OG original Hellhounds. Because you can't beat them. They're OG. That's Fluffy. Aww. And we all love Fluffy. So that's going to be my ranking on those. Now, before I end this video, I am going to give you a tidbit of information to leave with, and maybe just a couple little things you might not have known. In the Black Ops 1 map 5, you know, they were actually supposed to add Hellhounds. If you go into the game files, you can hear some of the character response quotes. I think of Richard Nixon, and he kind of talks about his dogs and starts talking about the dogs. Now, I'm not saying that directly correlates with it, but looking at the audio files and stuff in the game, it looks like it basically says dog wave and stuff like that. So it seems to me like they were planning on putting it in 5, but didn't. Don't know why they didn't. I wish they would have. Oh, and this one right here, I didn't know this. I don't know if this is true or not. I doubt this is true. Somebody needs to test this theory for me because I don't want to lose my max ammo. But if you use insta-kill to kill the last dog of a round, they will not drop a max ammo. Now, I don't know if this is for a certain Call of Duty, a certain game, or what, but that would be really neat. I didn't know that. So there you go. Maybe you learned something new. But that basically wraps up this video. There's one more thing that I want to talk about really quick that kind of hits home for me, and it may for some of you as well. Now, I know a lot of you probably haven't heard, or maybe you have. I'm sure a lot of you have heard about the hurricane that recently came through the Big Bend of Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, and so on. It caused very, very large amounts of damage all throughout the southeast, especially in the Gulf of Florida, Georgia, and North Carolina, as I said before, and in parts of Tennessee. In particular, I want to talk about Asheville. Now, some of these places in Asheville, in the mountainous regions of North Carolina and East Tennessee, got completely obliterated by the flood, and it's devastating. I mean, I can show you guys some pictures, some little clips and videos as I talk about this, and it's just absolutely a nightmare. I mean, so many people have lost their lives, so much devastation all throughout the southeast, and like I was saying, it really hits home because I live in Tennessee, and in my city a couple years back, I actually lost everything to a flood myself. So I know what that's like to be in that situation, and I know what it's like to lose stuff, and I know how scary and just devastating it can really be. And it's just, I don't know, I don't like it, and I want to do something to help. So I am going to start a GoFundMe or put a link for donations if you guys want to help me with that. I have a platform, so I figured I might as well try to use it for good. I don't know the details yet, okay? Maybe I start streaming, and maybe I just start streaming all the time and just try to raise money to help flood relief and the hurricane relief. But for this video, in the description, I am going to leave a link for you guys to donate if you want to help out for a cause. It is going to be on the y'allsquad.org. If you don't know anyone who watches weather on YouTube, you've probably seen his videos pop up. Ryan Hall, y'all, what he's doing and what they're doing over there it's super great. It's amazing. Super informative, super good stuff, really good meteorologists and all around information. And after every big weather event, they always raise money, and help in any way they can with big missions and so on and so forth. So I'm going to put a link to that website for you guys to donate if you want to. I will be pledging money this week as well, and hopefully can do more in the future. But for those of you wanting the Y'all Squad, it's a non-profit organization. They provide immediate relief to communities affected by natural disasters by utilizing the collective, just absolute generosity of just weather enthusiasts and philanthropists around the world. They're just a great group of people. Totally do it for the love of love. Their focus is supporting local communities by way of rapid response from our team members closest to the area. And that's what they do, man. A tornado, hurricane, flood, earthquake, whatever it is, if they can get people there to help, they will, and they do. And they are always raising money. They're just super great all around. And I love watching them on YouTube. But yeah, if you guys want to do that, I will flash it here on the screen as well. But there is a link in the description down below if you want to check it out. Like I said, I'll be pledging money, and I plan on doing some stuff here in the soon upcoming future about raising some money. And maybe sending a big donation. Of course, I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to tell anyone they have to. You absolutely don't have to or anything like that. It's very optional. I just want to spread awareness for what's happened, because some people may not know, and some people may not realize how bad it really is. But yeah, that's all I got to say. Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and I will see you all in the next video.